This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Shaco CAI, Shaco CAI.
Dave Ridley here, signing in for RidleyReport.com.
With yet another update on New Hampshire Liberty news. This one shot from Colorado. I'm here on vacation for Christmas, and that's why you're not seeing quite as much on-scene New Hampshire reporting from me this week. Winchester, New Hampshire resident Lauren Canario's latest act of civil disobedience continues to echo around the Liberty community in New Hampshire, actually around the country. Lauren is a right-to-travel activist who refuses to show a driver's license when she travels. Lauren was arrested by Milford, New Hampshire police in October, and held for over 30 days, mainly because she refused to cooperate with authorities by showing her license or moving where they told her to or talking to them. By and large, she didn't do any of the above. This is video of the arrest shot by her husband and edited by Roger Grant over at politicalgraffiti.com. Lauren was charged with resisting arrest and speeding 72 miles an hour in a 55, although her only resistance was declining to actively assist the police in moving her to a squad car and moving her to other locations. Anyhow, this is video of Ernie Hancock speaking at a Hope for America conference.
Shaco CAI, Shaco CAI.
Sometime before December 9th. And here he's bringing up the Lauren Canario case as an inspiration.
New Hampshire has in their state constitution the right to rebellion. So he goes in and he says, Judge, because she wouldn't even go into court, because they'd take her, put her in the van, transport her to the court, but she'd just sit there, and the judge wasn't willing to have her dragged and carried before her, so they just take her back. Not going to Let's go over and over. She took 2 showers the whole time. She kind of snuck out the thing when they opened the door and let her kind of look the other way.
Activists surrounded the jail repeatedly on numerous occasions after the arrest, claiming that Lauren was being punished for exercising her right to remain silent. Eventually, a public defender talked Lauren into attending so that he could make an Article 10 defense. Article 10 of the New Hampshire Constitution grants citizens the right to revolt against their government, and he argued that Lauren was making an appropriate use of the Article 10 procedure, if you want to call it a procedure of revolution. And now here's where you can find Ernie's video on YouTube. I'll try to include a direct link in my video description.
Also, I have a couple of thoughts I'd like to bounce off of you guys with regard to the whole Ron Paul campaign. I think in a sense you could say that the campaign is a microcosm of what could happen to America if Dr. Paul becomes president. The kind of voluntary, bottom-up, ultra-creative, ultra-effective organizing that has been done by people who are not government officials, not politicos, not experienced, not paid in many cases. When we see how much those people have been able to accomplish, in many ways simply because they have the freedom of action, imagine what the American people as a whole could do if they had freedom of action. Without top-down direction. Could the American people become just as effective as the Ron Paul grassroots campaign? Well, there's only one way out. We elect Ron Paul and we let him cut the leash.
This is Dave Ridley signing off for RidleyReport.com from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Shaco CAI, a company that does collections a whole new way, even if they are sometimes hidden by my mitten. Shaco CAI knows not only do you want your money, they also know you want to keep your customers. Shaco CAI. They collect, with respect.
제꼬시에이 제꼬시에이